And this cold snap began a week ago, arrived on Thanksgiving, as you well know, and it's going to have some more staying power. And to go along with that, some more wintry weather. Our first accumulating snow expected of the season. Pretty large footprint covered under a winter weather advisory across the Commonwealth and back into portions of Tennessee and Kentucky, portions of northwestern North Carolina. So the advisory for us begins at 1 a.m. in the morning. It'll run into the afternoon, but the brunt of the accumulating snow is primarily the morning hours. I'll explain more of that in just a moment. As far as what we're expecting, a general 1 to 3 across a large portion of our area. Yes, there could be higher amounts along the Blue Ridge, and it looks like lesser amounts along the Interstate 66 corridor in Northern Virginia. But the first snowfall of the season falling overnight when temperatures are in the 20s will certainly make for some hazardous conditions in the morning. And of course, temperatures tomorrow are going to be a lot colder than today. We made it up to a high of 50 this afternoon. We're 42 currently. It's 39 in Madison. We already have some low to middle 30s along the 81 corridor from Harrisonburg to Stanton. And you can see the clouds continue to roll in and Arctic boundaries pushed off to our south. We have northerly winds that are going to continue to filter in some colder air, and temperatures overnight will settle into the mid and lower 20s. Precipitation will also help to drag the temperatures down a bit more as well. So plenty of potential for this to certainly accumulate and stick on the roads and the grass and the like. So this particular model showing us after midnight, and initially the atmosphere does saturate, but the steadiest snow is during the early morning hours of Friday. And you can see the widespread coverage taking us into the pre-dawn hours of your Friday. And then we get closer to daybreak, 8, 9 o'clock, and things are starting to break up a bit. The steadiest snow is moving out. So that's the hit, mainly in the morning hours. Beyond that, we'll likely hold on to overcast conditions. There could be some freezing drizzle to glaze things that's already fallen. So temperatures here for tomorrow right around freezing as we head through the day. The weekend looks better. Of course, we'll have refreeze at night. Temperatures in the low and mid 40s, still below average. We'll see some sunshine. And as far as a big game in Charlotte, of course, Cavaliers taking on Duke for the ACC football championship around 40 at 8 o'clock at Bank of America Stadium. As far as what's happening, well, we're following moisture back through the Tennessee River Valley. You can see through eastern Kentucky back into middle Tennessee. That's the moisture that will overrun this colder air that continues to work in here for tonight. And you can see some of this colder air upstream with temperatures in the teens and 20s, high pressure helping to filter that in from the north and northwest. So clouds continue to thicken. Snow will develop overnight. First alert weather day at play. Temperatures in the low and mid 20s. The hit or thump of the snow is really during the early morning hours of Friday. Beyond that, we'll see overcast conditions, maybe some freezing drizzle, but it does appear we'll have our first snow of the season here for December the 5th.
All right, Eric, thank you.
All right, thanks, Eric. A check of your